This is part 9 of our Cyber Slavery, Trapped by the Screen series. Do watch the previous parts for the full story. We also post the full-length videos on our YouTube channel. A desperate message, typed in secret on a monitored phone, a smuggled photo of a bruised face, a whispered plea for help to an NGO. For the thousands trapped inside the cyber slavery compounds, these digital cries for help are often their only hope. But what happens when someone on the outside finally listens? Getting out is not a simple process. It is a dangerous and often deadly gamble. There are generally two paths to freedom: official rescue or a desperate escape. Official rescues are rare and fraught with peril. When an embassy like India's or a human rights organization receives credible information, they must navigate a web of corruption. They often have to pressure local police forces, who are themselves on the payroll of the criminal syndicates. Sometimes, a rescue involves quiet negotiations and back-channel payments to secure a victim's release. Other times, it requires a coordinated raid, which can be incredibly dangerous, as the compounds are protected by heavily armed militias. For every successful diplomatic intervention, countless others are stalled by bureaucracy and official indifference. For most victims, waiting for a rescue that may never come is not an option. Their only hope is to escape on their own, and the stories of those who have made it out are nothing short of miraculous. Survivors have recounted scaling 15-foot walls in the dead of night, jumping from second-story windows, or making a desperate run for it when being transferred between compounds. One group of survivors from India described how they worked together to overpower a lone guard in a moving vehicle, knowing that if they failed, they would be tortured to death. They fled into the jungle with nothing but the clothes on their backs, hunted by the syndicate's enforcers. The risk is absolute. Getting caught means certain torture, being sold to a more brutal compound, or simply disappearing forever. But for those who make it, who manage to evade the guards, cross a river, and find their way to a police station or an embassy, they believe their nightmare is finally over. They believe they are safe, but they are about to face a second betrayal, a psychological prison that exists outside the compound walls. To learn about the shocking trauma, the stigma, and the silence that awaits these survivors when they return home, follow for the final part of our series, and subscribe to History and Beyond.